Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Vinnie Langdon Show. Pop Evil here on the bus. You guys having a good time so far?
Yeah, we're having a crazy time. We're excited to kick it off tonight.
Partying like rock stars, living the life.
Yeah, living like rock stars for sure.
Awesome. So go ahead, Lee. Let's go ahead. You're the vocalist. Tell us about this band. You guys all started back in 2001. Members from different bands in Michigan and kind of formed. How'd it go?
Well, we all kind of, like you said, we all kind of grew up together in Michigan, and we wanted to put together, like any other garage band, we wanted to put together a band with songs that could help people. And 8 years later, with a lot of persistence, a lot of cover shows to pay for our band and studio expenses, here we are.
It's not easy, though, to get started. And, you guys had a lot of problems, with record labels, people going, hey, we're going to sign you. And you get all excited. You're all stoked. Yes, we're signed, finally. And then a couple months later, get dropped and try to find and search and start over. So go ahead, tell us a story. I mean, with all the record labels. Well, the label stuff, should I tell you guys about that? I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. No, that's a constant battle, too, You think you get signed and, oh man, we're gonna be problem free at least for a little while and be good to go. Nope, you got a whole new bag of problems. So it's just it's just a constant battle. Always, you always have to be on your game and keep pushing forward and try to work through all of it and keep rocking. And throughout the history of you guys' band, you had some member changes, and how does that affect you, Lee? Because you're like, I need a new guitarist, I need a new bassist, I need a new drummer. What am I gonna do? Switch it up.
Well, we really haven't had that many changes. We had a guitar player and a bass player leave kind of in the early stages, before Matt and Tony came on, and me, Dave, and Dylan play. We grew up together. Matt and Tony grew up together, and the band was kind of formed in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. Matt and Tony were from Muskegon, Michigan. I knew I wanted someone from Muskegon because people from Muskegon just appreciate things differently than in the big city. The opportunities are fewer and far to come by, and Matt and Tony kind of came on at a pivotal time in our careers and just kind of helped elevate this band to what we are today. They were kind of the youth and the new faces that we needed. Me, Dave, and Dylan had been running around town, up and down Michigan, playing cover shows and trying to afford as much money as we could to just pay the bills and to try to get in the studio and create new music and original music at that. And it was a tough time. We lost a bass player because of it. Thank God, because Matt came in and we're way better because of it. So it's just things, and even saying with the record label, it's about being persistent, and it's about trying to see what bands can take adversity and come through, and hopefully we'll continue to do that.
So there's a lot of bands when they first start, they have their goal set where, we want to go and we want to tour, we want to play music festivals, we want to do this, we want to put out records. For your band, what was your first main goal? Was it, hey, let's get 1 million fans? What's up with that, Matt?
I think the main goal was just do whatever we could to get our name out and help ourselves generate money. 'Cause without that, without doing some of the cover shows and stuff that we really didn't want to do, we realized that we wouldn't be able to go anywhere. We wouldn't be able to put gas in our cars to go play big stuff if we wanted to. But I think it's a combination of that and just trying to be smart about it, and then always trying to outdo our stage show, even with the cover songs and stuff like that. Get it real hype, get the people in, pack places out, and just party and have a good time.
You guys just did a tour with Rev Theory, and how was that?
The Rev Theory tour was insane. You want to elaborate? I'll let some of these guys talk back here.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was one of our first big tours, was Rev Theory, Puddle of Mud, Saving Abel. So it was kind of cool to go back out with those guys for a minute again. They're all great guys. We had a great time with them, and it was cool. It was a Monster Energy Outbreak tour. So we had plenty of Monster to keep us all hyped up during the day and night.
Yeah, I had to say something about the Monster too. That stuff became like crack on the Monster Energy tour. I swear to God, because there came a point I remember one morning waking up and walking off the bus, and because they had these big bins, these barrels filled with Monster, and they would just keep around the venue. And I remember one morning I was walking around and I was like, I couldn't find it. I was like, hey man, what happened to all those Monster Energy drinks you guys been putting out? Got us all hooked, and now you took it away. What's going on? Where are they? But yeah, that was awesome. That's all I'd say. Nothing important.
Yeah, it makes great drinks too, by the way. It makes great drinks. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we played a lot of the same markets that we'd been in before, and some that we hadn't. And we saw some old fans, made some new fans, and it was a lot of fun every night, pretty much. It was a great time.
Go ahead, someone else tell me about the funding for the tour, because it does take money. Do you get money from record labels? Do you get money from your fans, from all the merches, the money's collected? I mean, how do you guys pay for, this tour bus, how to get to the next shows, the gas money, mileage? Tell us about it.
Well, I don't know how other bands do it, but with Pop Evil, we've been doing it since we started. We put all the money we make into the project so we can have a chance to have a future and a career. We don't pay ourselves anything. I mean, we don't need anything anyways. We all live on this bus. I mean, food's always usually given to us, and we all live here anyways. We don't need houses and cars because we're not going to be home and in cars in a long time. I don't think any of us have driven a car in years now, it seems. But yeah, we're afraid to drive now. But it just management gets together. They make sure that it's according that it works out, and we are in the process being in this tour, probably our biggest tour ever, right here with Papa Roach, the Raid the Nation tour and Finger 11.
Our first tour was in an RV. It was called Stinkwater? Yeah, we all sleep on couches together, and I mean there weren't like nice bunks or anything like that. I mean it was a nice RV, but there's like a big bed in the back we all kind of snuggled up in, and some of us slept on the dashboard and different stuff. But it was, I don't know. Picture being really, really dirty all the time, and then like multiply that by 10. Like we were just nasty, filthy all the time, like first year and a half.
The album's done. It's been done since I want to say like September-ish, right around there, and that was right when we were moving out of one label and trying to find another label that was interested in pushing the project. I mean, we were real proud of what we did. We went to Chicago and spent just a little over a month with Johnny K, who did like Disturbed's first couple records. He did Finger 11's Paralyzer record. He did, just a laundry list of a who's who of rock, and we worked with him. It was an amazing experience just to live in the studio in Chicago and like spend all of our time focusing on that record and not just kind of like getting into the studio when we could save up enough money and piecing it together here and there. It was like totally immersing yourself in the whole record and the process and just really getting into the record itself, and we're really proud of it. It sounds great. We're just finally glad that there's a label that believes in it too and wants to put a push behind it, and we're ready just to back it up on stage every night. That's the plan, and get it out there as soon as possible for all the fans that really want to hear it. A lot of people have been chomping at the bit, so to speak.
Again, we just want to thank you guys for supporting Pop Evil music and most importantly, supporting up-and-coming rock and roll music. I mean, this is a genre of music that the record labels and the music industry are kind of laughing at and don't care about anymore. They don't spend the money on it. They spend it on the Justin Biebers and the Lady Gagas of the world. And it's depressing because, we raise our kids on rock and roll, and it's how we will continue to do it. And hopefully that if you're not even supporting Pop Evil and you're watching this, check out all the up-and-coming rock and roll bands, because those are the bands that your kids are going to be growing up watching, going to see, going to meet, going to have a shot with when they're of age. And that, it's just important. I think education needs to come from the bands to the fans, and so we can start taking over. It's important. It's people like Vinnie, it's people like us, most importantly people like yourselves that make this happen. So thank you for bringing it, and hopefully we'll see you on a Raid the Nation tour near you. So on behalf of Pop Evil, it's rock and roll.
Yeah. So here on the Vinnie Langdon Show, check out their Facebook, MySpace. You guys still got that, right?
And two free songs available to only our Facebook fans. So if you're not a Facebook friend, just I like the band, and go get your downloadable free songs. Because again, it ain't about the money, it's about the music. And thanks again for all the support. Hope to see you out on the road.